We are thinking of driving this lovely car all the way from Bahrain to France. So welcome back to Carters in the Car at Night, and this is the first of a very special series of episodes regarding our departure from Bahrain to France in the summer of 2021. Now, we are thinking of driving this lovely car all the way from Bahrain to France, and we've been trying to figure out a route which is safe, of course. So that could potentially entail us driving across the causeway into Saudi Arabia, across Saudi northwest up into Jordan, taking a ferry from Jordan to Egypt, and then driving up the east side of Egypt to Port Said, and from there taking a ferry from Egypt to Turkey.
Cool.
And then from Turkey, across Turkey into Europe, and then that's sort of about halfway maybe. It's 6,300 kilometers in total.
Wow.
I love road trips. I've driven from London to Copenhagen in a three-wheeled Robin Reliant way back in, 20 years back.
I'm not sure I'd be up for that one.
No. And I drove the whole Silk route from the Afghan border right up to the north of Uzbekistan playing concerts. So I love road trips.
Wow.
This one, of course, will be special because not only will it be the three of us, myself, Lydia and Zavi, but we may also be towing a horse, our horse Woody. So, as you can imagine, a lot of planning will be involved. We aim to get a TV company on board and try to fund the whole thing via a TV show. I find this idea extremely exciting. I love adventure, and my life, of course, has been full of adventures. One-way ticket to North Korea, crazy experience in Pakistan, Afghanistan, and so I get excited about the possibility of driving all the way home back to France in this car. The car would need to be checked and serviced fully, of course, for safety and also for entry into France, because eventually we'd like to import the car into France and continue cartering the car in France. So yeah, that's what we're planning, and so we've got about a year or so to get all that together. And this week I'm going to start making plans, looking at route maps, contacting TV people to sort of band the idea about, to see if we can get support for this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, amazing. I mean, such a great idea. And well, for me, I was thinking I'm excited to live somewhere else. I've lived in Bahrain for 18 years, and yeah, to move to a new country, especially France, where we've got our friends, we've got our church, we've got our house there, and also there's just such a great atmosphere for the arts in France, which is going to be amazing for us. Music, drama, dance, art is just a great place to be.
Yeah.
So that in itself is exciting. And yeah, I mean, the idea that we might be able to take Woody, because I've had this horse for like 10 years now, and he's just one of our family now. He's a friend, we love him. And yeah, he's getting on a bit. He's about 26, and I don't really fancy flying him back, and it's very expensive and it's very stressful as well. And so I don't know, I just thought, wow, we could make a trip of it. And I don't mean just like keep him in the trailer for like 3 months. The idea is that we'd go to places on the way, and we'd spend like a few days here, a few days there, and obviously go to places where there's great stabling and Woody can relax for a few days, and we can get everything arranged. So we're looking also for a good trailer company to come with us, to sponsor us and make this happen. We'll be looking for a vet. So yeah, it's a lot of things, because we want to make sure that we do the best for our horse as well as for our family, and so that everything's got to be checked out, checked up, and checked in.
Yeah, but I think for me, journeys are about people. I love, of course, Uzbekistan was a concert tour, so I play concerts in 10 or 12 cities. Very intense travel and schedule. But what I loved about that was that the different kinds of people that I met on the way. And I think we're both musicians, and we could engage creatively speaking with people along the way. We could do concerts.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
We could, you know, I think it's not only our story of our trip, but the stories of others that we meet on the way, because it's quite an unusual journey to find a few Brits in an old, you know, a convertible Mercedes driving from the Middle East to Europe. It's quite an unusual thing for people, and for us too. There are many things to consider in terms of border crossings and paperwork and visas, transit visas, horse papers. So it's a lot of planning, and I'm going to start reaching out to all the relevant groups and people, embassies, regarding what we need to do this safely and properly. But I think that with the right planning and support, I think it could be an amazing journey and an amazing story.
Yeah.
And I think the beginning of many stories in this car of us driving to unusual faraway places, from France later. So we could drive to Russia, we could drive to, you know, China, Mongolia. There's lots of crazy possibilities that we could do. And so I see this as the beginning of a series of outrageous journeys in this car.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're going to keep you posted. We're going to post updates as we go along, thought processes, conversations, meetings. Luckily, Bahrain's a really small place, and many of the embassies that we need to speak to are here, or at least they have representatives here. So it'd be a case of reaching out to those people and driving down to Manama and talking to people to see how they can help us fulfill this unusual request.
This dream.
This dream. We're also going to reach out to Mercedes in Bahrain to see if they would sponsor us regarding making sure that the car is in tip-top condition for a 7,000 kilometer journey. But ultimately, if we can get a TV company to sponsor us and to follow us on a journey and make a show, I think that will pave the way for us to open those doors and conversations with authorities. We would need people to maybe escort us through borders. So, you know, crossing some of those borders is going to be tricky. They're going to be curious as to why we're traveling, you know, with a convertible and a horse. So we need to pave the way for smooth border crossings. And you know what? In my travels, I have experienced the kindness of strangers so many times. And we watch the news and we see, you know, bad reports of countries and the minority of people that make things difficult. But in my experience of traveling, it's the majority of people that make things smooth, and people are personable and they are helpful. And so I'd like to portray that journey as a journey of hope and a journey of conversations, and showing that the world is not such a dangerous place, and that the world is a good place full of people who have hope and want to help others.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
So stay tuned. We're so excited about this journey. We're going to start posting very soon. So this week will be a week of opening conversations. I'm going to start by sending this video to colleagues of mine in film and TV to see if we can get support of possibly Channel 4 or BBC. We know we could make it ourselves. We're a film company. We could make a film ourselves, but to be independent on such a journey would be a challenge. So I think if we can get support of a bigger body, I think it would be helpful and make things safer and more productive. So stay tuned. Thanks for your support, and we look forward to your comments and ideas and suggestions. If anyone's got any ideas or suggestions that might help us on this journey, feel free to comment and reach out to us, because we want to hear what you think of this. So bye for now, and thanks for listening.
Bye.